The fifth edition of Nigeria Fintech Week has come and gone. But the memories of what can be described as an intensive but engaging 5-day discourse on the theme Sustainability, the Ecosystem Building will linger and hopefully shape the activities of the industry. It all began with the launch of the DigiStuds initiative, a proactive step designed to develop digital skills in Nigeria across the tertiary institutions.
We have to start building real deep technology. We have to be competing and building operating systems, AI models, analytics, and all of those, not just importing those, because we have the manpower, we have the people resource, we have the brain capabilities to do that. And that's really where we should be going with this. Number two is that our people have to be trained to the highest levels that we can actually train them to and actually compete with the best in the world at the highest levels. And number three is that our industries must actually take these people. And there's the vacancies. So we want to see more of the industry participants taking people, training them, having the internship program, and collaborating more with the universities to raise the bar beyond the curriculum into deeper research, more enduring research that actually repositions Nigeria, as a technology powerhouse in Africa and indeed the world. So ladies and gentlemen, join me in launching the DigiStuds project. Thank you very much.
200 students have been selected for the pilot, and this marks a turning point for the nation as it seeks to compete globally in the era of the fourth industrial revolution. At the opening session, the president of Fintech Association of Nigeria, Mr. Adeolu Bajomo, and other key industry leaders highlighted the strides the country has made so far and the opportunities to achieve scale.
The fintech industry is growing rapidly, but there is also very serious challenges that are emerging with talent and capacity building. We think we have a role to play for the society and for humanity.
So this is a fantastic time for you guys to be around. And the DigiStuds program is particularly very interesting for all of us. Yeah, and you might see it as very mild or light. For those students who are here, you have a fantastic opportunity to be the best you can be. The market is waiting for you, literally waiting for you. Yeah, there's never, when we graduated, there was a market waiting for us, and that was a different market. Yeah, the cars are there waiting for you. The jobs are there waiting for you. You don't quite have that, but you have something much, much bigger than that. Yeah, you have the whole world digitizing at the same time, requiring digital skills at the same time. Guess what? For those of you who want to go to Canada, which is where most of the people I have are going to, Canada, UK, Germany, even some people are going to China right now. It shows you the dearth of digital skills. That's fine. I'm not worried about that anymore. I used to be. There's so much talent left in Africa. Yeah, the challenge is for you and I to develop those talents and develop ourselves to the highest levels of capabilities. Because guess what? We have problems to solve here as well, and we're not solving them fast enough.
The third day of the FinTech Week was an opportunity for stakeholders to explore strategic steps for scaling investment in the industry.
For me, I think it's very, very important that we do make it a little bit more, we make a bit more of an effort as investors to actually look to say, how can we, if there are barriers in terms of investing into women, how can we tackle those barriers, right? And how can we become a little bit more targeted and a bit more tailored in our approach in terms of supporting female-led businesses to actually access capital. This is a problem that we're facing around the world. And I think in Africa as well, one of the things that we actually need to think about is what's coming ahead, right? We're moving into a digital economy. We are in a digital economy. Yes, we're going to have quite a lot of fintechs that come in with tech products, but we're also going to have traditional activities happening, be it around agriculture, be it around, processing, manufacturing. And we want to be able to support these sectors. And most of these sectors, especially the informal sector, we have a lot of our women doing work in there. Not many, funds are really focused at looking at the early stage, for example. So for me, it's very important we start to think about, we combine the access to finance as well as, the business support element, which is also looking at things like, accelerators for businesses to get women through accelerators so they're ready for investment. So we need to be able to look at investment readiness packages that are designed and tailored specifically to help women to get to the stages where they are investable and they're investment ready. That is really, really important.
For the fourth day, the enabling infrastructure of 5G network, fintech gains in the capital market, and issues around cybersecurity dominated the conversations for the day.
The status of 5G in Nigeria trial has been done. The Federal Executive Council has approved a policy. There's a draft deployment plan already in place, and the Commission is reviewing the frequencies or spectrum that were allocated during the last 2019 World Radio Conferences, and a committee is working on the auctioning of some frequencies for 5G. So 5G is going to be a reality in Nigeria in a while. Socio-economic impact of the technology, it will facilitate development of new connected healthcare, satisfying the 4 P's of medicine, that's predictive, preventive, personalized, and participatory. You are able to predict because of the data that has been acquired over time. Because of that, you are able to determine and adjust things that will prevent the shortcomings that had been recognized.
There are a lot of activities that are going on also in the capital market, which fintech can also facilitate to ensure improvement in the delivery of service and even increasing the market participation of retail investors in the market. All this is going to impact positively on the activities of the fintech. And based on what we have seen so far in the last 3 years, I think is on the upward trend, which I believe is going to continue to impact the activities of the fintech. Looking at what we have, is our market robust enough to actually accommodate the need and the capital requirements of the fintech that we have? Yes, I will say yes. In terms of the fund, if you look at the fund available in the pension industry, I think what it requires is just to have the right framework in place for them to be able to invest properly in this fintech company, such that later they can then come back to the market and list their company. I would say the market is robust enough, but it's going to grow over time for the fintech players to be able to raise the required capital and benefit the more in the market.
In my professional opinion, the Nigerian capital markets have helped unlock funding both in Nigeria and abroad. There's been talk about funding from abroad, and I believe that the capital markets in Nigeria have made that possible. And such funding would not have been available without the active role of the capital markets. And the active role of the capital markets in Nigeria has also been one of the factors making Nigeria a national fintech hub. Okay, so I can confidently say that, apart from maybe, let's say, Kenya, South Africa, and a country here or there, Nigeria is one of the strong national fintech hubs. And this can be attributed to the function of the capital markets.
Then the grand finale of the conference was enlightening as stakeholders learned about the central bank digital currency and other future of money.
156,000 people downloaded the consumer merchant wallet, and 23,600 downloaded the merchant wallets. Now, these are people who have smartphones, who obviously have data. Now, what happens to those who don't have smartphones and don't have data readily available and actually want to use the e-Naira to process transactions?
Right, yes, they will need a phone because it's a digital currency, and there's no two way about that. It's a tool. The mobile phone is a tool for you to be able to access the e-Naira. I think from the design paper, the cash will still exist. So for those who have not been able to roll over to e-naira. It's still not compulsory at the moment. They can go ahead with cash for the meantime. But it is expected if you need to use any digital transactions, you need a mobile phone, and you should be able to subscribe to data that will allow you to download it, I'm afraid.
It was also an opportunity to recognize the drivers of the blockchain technology in Nigeria.
On behalf of CNE and the Fintech Association of Nigeria, I present this award to Convexity and to you. Thank you.
Some of the key stakeholders and students shared their experiences at the 5-day conference and expectations for achieving a robust and dynamic fintech ecosystem.
In this part of the world, we do not appreciate the informal sector, and those are the people that actually really need these solutions. So the reason why we have a boom of fintech, that's the fintech revolution, and we have all these things, all these tech things, everybody's looking at Africa as the bedrock, the landmark continent, and all of that, is because we have so many problems. You know, by the time you prefer a solution to problems, you're able to create value, and that value creates wealth. So that's why you have a lot of funding coming down here. And speaking about financial literacy, a lot of people that are actually educationally literate do not have any idea about finance. They don't know how finance works, and you can't blame them because it's not generally in our curriculum. But then, like I spoke today, we need to actually do the dirty work. I've been a banker for a number of years, and I have to be honest with you, those guys have done the traditional banks, especially in Nigeria, and even in places like Kenya and all of them, they have done the dirty work before some of these fintechs are beginning to enjoy the fruit of that labor. So as tech people, we have to be able to apply whatever solutions we have to these people, to the informal sector. We need to tap into that sector. I mean, maybe maximum of fintech customers on a large scale would be maybe 4 million or 5 million max. And you find banks having 25 million customers, and maybe 10 million of them are actually the retail people, the grassroots, the down to earth, all those traders, all those women. And there is money. It's a gold mine, I promise you. It's a real gold mine. So there's need for us to curate solutions to be able to relate with these people. We have to communicate with them in the language they understand. We can't sideline them any longer. We could write a white paper, say in Hausa, in Yoruba, in Igbo, all the major languages in Nigeria, and also duplicate it across Africa. We can do that. We can create audio, visuals. You know, there are many ways that we can go about it. We need to start looking at that. We need to start bringing them on to these solutions that we have.
Key thing for us that I think the number we all have to put in our minds is that the projection is that by 2030, 75% of jobs will require digital skills. And you know, by the same 2030, a quarter of the world's youth population under the ages of 25 will be from sub-Saharan Africa. So Africa, Nigeria, we're going to be the biggest contributor to that age demography by 2030. So important is that what are we teaching them? What are we putting into them? Because I think I see this as an opportunity for Africans, or particularly Nigerians, to play a very integral role in the fourth industrial generation or in the digital age.
It has been a very, very interesting a week. I came here not knowing anything about fintech or knowing anything about blockchain, and I feel like I at least know something now, so I have some good takeaways with me.
When it comes to driving the economy in terms of fintech, the world is going in the line of finance and technology, right? So in years to come, I believe fintech will take a whole lot of the economy, and then it's going to boom how much the economy is going to grow, right? Because a lot of people make use of their phones and cell phones now. We do not have to literally make use of the the money value. We can make use of our phones to perform a lot of transactions, to be precise, the blockchain. So I see fintech actually dwelling into the economy and making it a better one financially.
This event has been really great, really nice getting the stakeholders and the leaders in the blockchain space coming together to educate people about NFT, about cryptocurrency, and about blockchain generally. And I love the fact that we keep having this yearly, and it's something that people are becoming more aware of the new space about blockchain, and so far it is an amazing initiative, and kudos to people behind it.
The fourth industrial revolution, driven by digital technology, has been embraced by significant participation of Nigeria, who can boast of several unicorns. The next level is developing digital skills and moving beyond the payment industry to achieve an integrated ecosystem that is permeating all the key sectors of the economy. Fintech remains Nigeria's best catalyst for socio-economic transformation.